The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Now, the author of The Path of Least Resistance and the Tech Insider, David White.
Welcome all to another excellent day at TFNN, the headquarters of technical trading and investing. And we've got a moderately quiet expiration day here. 2.5 billion shares on the consolidated New York Stock Exchange tape. We're off 10 points on the S&P cash. And I'm probably going to see, I suspect, maybe a test of that 1700 on Monday, and probably try to pop it back up on Tuesday. And we're going to probably get the answer right there as to whether or not we're going to stick at these higher prices. Volume did come in lighter enough. There are more stocks right now giving and testing highs on 50% volume than the last year. And, of course, we've always had the Fed come to the rescue. The question is, will they now? Looks very likely like we're going to have some kind of budget battle. The House did pass a resolution, continuing resolution. Part of that was getting rid of Obamacare. And the question is whether or not the president will ever sign it. Personally, I think we have to make a decision as a nation whether we're going to continue on the Titanic, headed at full speed toward the iceberg, or if we're just going to say, hey, maybe we'll slow down and do it right. Maybe look for those icebergs instead of, it's just so important to go in to socialized medicine that we have to do it no matter how many people are hurt or displaced or killed. I am not a fan of it. But I can't imagine those who believe in foreign countries are always, the grass is always greener. I have been there. I have had partners in England and Canada, and I just, I don't know, my experience has not been good. All of those partners I had all had health care insurance plans in the United States at the time. Now I guess the question is, where are you going to go to actually get fixed? I heard some advertisements, some people talking about opening up concierge medicine outside the United States, in the Bahamas and elsewhere, where you'd be able to fly. They're going to call it healthcare tourism. But it is going to be exciting here. You can call me at 877-927-6648, 877-927-6648, and we'll see what happens. Fairly decent volume for an expiration day. Normally you see all that volume yesterday or Thursday, and you have a rather flat expiration. I think that the announcement came on Wednesday is interesting. You can also reach us internationally at 727-445-1044. And just trying to see if there's anything else truly exciting happening out here. I've been making some inter-day trades, which I don't make many of today. There's just a couple of them that looked fairly sweet. One of them was X1, which opened up over 55 today. I figured that this thing would pull back fairly quick, and got a couple of bucks out of it. Not a bad inter-day trade in XONE. But what we can say, we've got a lot of other charts out here making news, but probably the biggest news out there for people around TFNN is, what has gold done for me today? And most people are going to be looking at that. When we look at gold, it's off at $37, back to $1332.40. I still would love a test of the $1,200 level. And I think there's probably a 50-50 chance I get it. I have not bought gold yet. I bought gold early in 2000, 2001. I bought the U.S. Double Eagles. I think they were about $300 when I bought them. And it was kind of neat. They were all nice and shiny, but they didn't do much for me in the drawer. I kept them for a couple of years, then turned it back in and started playing gold futures. But always probably should have at least a few gold coins laying around. I kept a few. But anyway, yeah, we're 1331 40. And kind of being a little bit weak here as we go in. Of course, the entire market has been headed down, albeit very slowly, and drifting in. Of course, it's Friday. Everybody a little bit shaken up on what will happen with the government shutdown, and we're probably going to get shut down. So I'm not going to get too excited about it. I suspect everybody's going to come out with bright and shiny news on Monday or Tuesday, and that's when we're going to get our little pop. And at that point, we're going to find out whether or not anybody's really wants to start diving into the deep end of the pool up here at these levels. And going to be very interesting. Of course, now everybody in Info TV land is talking about the October tightening, and we'll see whether that goes. I suspect that they are done with tightening and that the economy, they think, can't support it. I don't think it actually matters too much other than the bubble it's created in the equity markets. Well, we looked at some of the other markets out here. Crude back down to 105 at $13.29. I figured that we probably had seen a top in crude and gasoline. I think on Wednesday, the guy from AAA said, you'll never see under $3 gasoline again. And I figured that was the famous last words, and we'd probably be seeing under the $3 gasoline in the next couple of months. Unfortunately, especially when you're famous and you make prognostications like that, old Mr. Market is out there just to humble you. And I figured this guy was pontificating so loud and boisterous that old Mr. Market was going to teach him a lesson. We'd see crude, at least gasoline back under $3 in probably in Florida here. I would imagine you're never going to see it in California. They wouldn't stand for it out there. But yeah, some areas where the taxes are lower, I think we could see them. We're at $3.30. So not a whole belief that we couldn't see 30% or 10% lower gasoline prices in the near future. It would be nice. But I digress. Anyway, other stocks in the news out here. Of course, a lot of people making a lot of hay about new highs. One of them is in Netflix. I keep on waiting for one more pop-up here, gap up. And we'll see how it comes out. But as we are looking at it now, it just peeked its head up there just above the high today, didn't it? September 20th, which is today, 315.89, and 5.2 million shares. When we compare it to the 10th that had 5.2, and what do we have today? 2.8. So a little interesting out here that we are seeing such light volume. Let's see if anything else. Agilent up 2%. They're going to split to NEM off almost 4%. That's interesting. Let's take a quick look at NEM. Ooh, if I can actually spell NEM. Interesting. This one really never got off the ground. Had one single day of a sign of strength out here with decent volume, and is basically negated that already out here today. Certainly looks like the low on NEM is going to be $26.43 from August 7th, and that probably wants to get tested. It has not yet. Let's see what else we have out here. SSTK. We'll look at that. And see. That looks pretty nice. Shutterstock. When we take a look at this, this is a nice sign of strength out here. Shutterstock operates on online marketplace for commercial digital imagery. Yeah, I know this company. They sell all kinds of background and textures and images, landmarks, but basically $20 at a shot. Sell images to companies and corporations. Let's see what they're saying out here on this. Common stock at $60 per share, selling 1 million shares. Existing shareholders selling 3.6 million shares. Doesn't seem interesting. Well, anyway, up 12% today. Let's take a little longer look at this thing and see what's going on now. It certainly had a nice one. Not a big volume stock out here. Under 100,000 shares. Zillow. Let's see what's going on with Zillow out here. Downgrade from Citron Research. I don't even know who Citron is. But got some decent volume today down in Zillow. Looks like they're going to try to close this out somewhere around $90 today. Be interesting to see what the options look like on this. But what can you say? Let's just look a little higher. Yeah, this thing's just kind of banging around against these highs. It had 97 and 103 for the last two highs out here, but it's got an open gap around 75 and a high volume low, which is where this thing's probably going after. On August 27th, 7 million shares. Probably a fairly decent trading range out here, down to 79.99, which is that August 20th low. Again, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. That's 877-927-6648. We'll see some other ones out here. I am gold, and a sell rating, which is pretty bad. We rarely get those on I am gold today. That's from Goldman Sachs, the Goldman Sachs, as they say. Almost 8%. This thing's off fairly strongly. Let's see what this thing's coming. Volume's good. Looks like a lot like these gold stocks are still making the same patterns out here, which is almost 2 days of dark cloud cover on this huge day of what would normally be thought of as a sign of strength. One of the guys from IBD, I'm trying to remember his name now, just having a mental blank, always wanted to see a couple of days after as one of his rules, a continuation, not just a one-day wonder. And this is a good example of why. These things can have one good day, the open higher, and then these things rolling over fairly quickly. RGLD, what do we have in that? Same thing, even worse. Old Royal Gold. Volume's not that big, but we'll be back in a minute. Give me a call, 877-927-6648.
Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different futures contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now, you can receive a 2-week free trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com. McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a 3-fold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And as we come back, having a good day out here in TFNN land. And, of course, you want to always be thinking about what's going on at TFNN and what we can do for you. We got a Master Trader Series workshop. It's happening next Friday. You must sign up by the 24th, though. So make sure and do that. If you can't be here during the day when Steve Rhodes is doing it, if you sign up, you're also going to have it archived on your members page so you can look at it any time. But you have to sign up by the 24th. Now, other things that, all these metals, including copper. Copper fell 3 cents to $3.32 a pound. Also fairly weak out here. This thing is really not ever made escape velocity as far as I'm concerned, and anything below $3.25 a pound looks like we may get back down into the $3 range also. So let's check back in real quickly to what the market is doing out here. And 1713 on the S&P cash, 2.65 billion shares. Volume actually doing fairly decent. All these down days have had one characteristic, and that is some volume. But it seems to get popped back a little bit. Of course, Euro not doing that well. The dollar index, let me pop that up real quick because I haven't looked at that here. Why is that over that? We'll have to take a look at it here in a minute. I do not see it. Someone's clicked over it. Okay. So let's look at a few stocks because someone brought it up at in the den after the show was over last night. But that is Amazon. I'm going to talk about it a little bit tonight. This thing looks like it's made a little spike out here on light volume today. Got to be very wary of this thing closing back under 313.62, which was the July 26th high, and a little bit of that is on news that they had been putting in lockers where you could pick up same-day orders or next-day orders, and these were in Radio Shacks and Staples. They had them in 4 or 5 major cities. But on Wednesday, both Radio Shack and Staples pulled them out of their store. The idea from Amazon was that people are just going to show up and pick up their stuff, and they're going to wander in your store and buy more stuff. Well, didn't happen. And both, kind of interestingly enough, this test went on for 9 months. So it wasn't a Johnny Kim lately. But they both Staples and Radio Shack apparently got together, asked Amazon for money if they wanted to continue having them there, and Amazon said no, and they just packed up and shipped the little kiosks back to them. So it's really unsure what Amazon's going to do to compete. Of course, the question is, if you're online and getting stuff locally, doesn't someone like Walmart have a much better distribution plan for that kind of model? Of course, Amazon, fairly interestingly, having issues just about everywhere with sales tax, and I'm just always wondering when this all going to catch up to them, because they've really never made any money. And the question is, can they make money? So what I had against Facebook was that they went public without showing what their business model was. Now that they've shown a business model that can make some money, at least in the short term, the question is, can they make it in the long term? Unfortunately, it sounds more like a gamble to me than a great investment in Facebook, because we haven't seen one more quarter or one decent quarter of even people continuing to advertise on Facebook. And it will take a while to start figuring out exactly how many of those people like their ads and are going to keep advertising on Facebook. Same thing with Amazon. At what point do we see people say, well, I can just pick it up at Walmart for the same price? Should I really order it online? And of course, the price is probably going to be a little lower on Amazon, but by the time you pay the shipping, is it going to be? Walmart's got a fairly decent supply chain, efficient supply chain, and UPS and FedEx keep on raising their ground rates. In fact, I noticed a lot of Amazon stuff being delivered by the U.S. Postal Service now, because it's just a fractionally cheaper way of shipping it out there. So anyway, if anybody has questions, please call me, 877-927-6648. That's 877-927-6648. And I appreciate it. It's going to be kind of a quiet day. Maybe someone has something great to talk about today. Enlightening, uplifting.
With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position, for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Harmony Gold. For more information, just click the Harmony Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Well, good little break there. I was able to close out one of my option positions. We'll be talking about that here in a few minutes, but we're going to Dan in Basking Ridge, New Jersey. How you doing today, Dan?
Doing all right. It's beautiful up here.
Yeah, I can imagine. It's
one last bit of summer.
Yeah, it's beautiful down here. It's just we've got 2 months of hell and 2 months of frigid winter, which is about 50 degrees down here. And the other 8 months are perfect, and we're into that 8 months right now. I've got about 4 months of decent weather right now through Christmas, and I'm going to be really enjoying it. Been hot and rainy down here for a while. So what do you want to talk about today, Dan?
I wanted to see what your thoughts were about the NYA, whether you think it'll double top. I mean, if the market ever does actually go down ever again. Ever.
I don't see the kind of energy out here or follow through. Now, that doesn't mean we won't get it Monday or Tuesday. But if we don't get it by Tuesday, I suspect we've got the same chart pattern setting up that we had in gold as I started out the show in some of those stocks like IM Gold. We should be having big volume days and follow through yesterday and today, and we have not had them.
Yeah, Bill O'Neill was.
Yeah, It was part of that follow through and not a one-day wonder kind of thing. But basically went up against 4.3 billion shares, and you got 3.9, about 4. So it was a little light. But overall volume, I would have liked to seen in the neighborhood of about 5.5 billion shares, and we just didn't get it. It wasn't. Was it close? Yes. Was it a ringing endorsement of higher highs? And the answer is no. And of course, Monday and Tuesday we're going to have options rollover, so I imagine we're going to have some volatility up and down. And then late Tuesday, I think we're going to have probably start seeing the answer. And Wednesday, certainly have the answer on whether or not we're going to have higher prices or not. My guess right now is not. And there's a few reasons for that. But do you have any specific questions on the chart, or what do you think?
No, it just looked like about another 6% before it double topped. And everything else is, the S&P and the Dow, small caps have all exceeded. I had those figures up the.
Yeah, I had probably 45 charts in the newsletter this morning of stocks testing highs on lighter volume, and I mean, pretty strong when they're in my newsletter. They are testing the highs on 50% volume. And that's, when you get 45 of them, that's probably fairly good. I'm going to go through some of them after the show, but after our conversation here. But it's I just see, and probably today going to get a lot more. But there's, I could have put 100 charts in there this morning of ones that had tested previous highs on significantly lighter volume already. So there's no shortage of individual stocks, I think, that could be shorted out here. Does the index hang up here a little longer? Yeah, I'm just going to probably play the individual stocks for a while. A lot of these that had been really high flyers are starting to crack, and I think we might see that probably in the next couple of days, and maybe Netflix and Tesla. And that'll probably also be a pretty good indication that those highs are in the broad markets too.
Hey, could you help me out with one other macro question? I've just been trying to figure out where the money's going to go. If the dollar strengthens and interest rates go up and stocks go down and gold, could go up, but where, I guess over the past 15 years, since the 2000 bubble, it's only been a perpetuated bubble, whether it goes into housing or either way. But I'm just trying to figure out where the next bubble is going to be, or where do you think the money is going to go in the event that we actually do get a retracement in stocks with
I think initially it's going to go into the mattress. Mm-hmm. And then it's probably going to go into gold. So I think I've said this before, a lot of these street names out here actually do hedge a lot of positions with gold. And as the market pulls back, they start selling gold. And other people have to sell gold because of that. So you normally, even when the market heads down, you don't get the instant spike in gold. I think we could easily see the market pull down, gold go down to $1,200, everybody go insane, and not decide that they could put their money anywhere. And gold probably get down to $11.50 or something, have everybody threaten to jump off the top of buildings and stuff. And then that's probably going to be the next major run, and it could, I think, it easily hit $1,800 and maybe $2,100. But I think there's just one more dip out here that we haven't got. In fact, there's a bunch of stocks I would love to buy, but we're going to have some kind of pullback where the froth comes off this market, and it could be fairly large. I think we have either the market's going to go into some giant blow off top here, and we're going to see 2,000 S&P cash by Christmas, or we're probably going to be 300 points down by Christmas. I don't think we're going to be stuck here very much longer. It's going to probably, and I think it's probably going to be by next Wednesday. So
the only other thing I could think of is not that I'm an economist, but is, in a fractional banking system, it's possible just for money to disappear.
Money heaven. Yes, as they say, it just went to money heaven. Yeah. And it can. I don't think that that's going to be it. I have a feeling that we're probably going to see some kinds of signs of inflation, and the Fed will have to start to tighten, and probably deficit spending will continue to try and strengthen weaken the dollar. But I think overall our so-called allies, it's going to be a race to the bottom, and I have a feeling that they're already working very hard to destroy their currencies in advance of ours. And so that'll probably just be, it's the dog chasing its tail. I think we're just going to go round robin in that. And as we do, everybody devaluates all their currencies to be competitive. I think everybody's just going to slowly continue to put their money back in gold. So I see a good shot in gold, and I see a huge market in technology probably starting late this year. Normally, technology really takes off when interest rates start to rise, and I think we can start seeing that. Some of these stocks are just ludicrous right now. There's no way Tesla's worth $180 a share, even in 5 years, even in 7 years. Maybe they've got some kind of new power plant that no one's ever heard of that gets 5,000 miles per gallon. But short of that, something that we haven't heard of, there's absolutely no way that Tesla's worth $180 a share. They couldn't build all the cars they want to. It was say that they could build and had orders for 300,000 cars next year. They could not get enough lithium if all the mines in the world went to 100%, to supply the lithium for the batteries. So I don't know where the whole idea is of electric cars selling 300,000 units with the current technology. So just a lot of this stuff out here just is incredibly fluffy. And we're seeing some of that kind of stuff even in 3D printing, which I brought up, like X1. I shorted that today and made a couple of bucks, which was pretty good. But a lot of these are blowing off the tops in these, and I just don't see much out there. So, on your questions of being an economist, I'm not one, and most of the time I don't listen to them because they've done no kind of study with actual money. Everything that they do is like a weatherman that never looks to see whether it rains after their prediction. And but I can see a lot of these stocks are going to be in big trouble.
Alrighty, sir.
Okay.
Thanks, Dave.
You bet. But like I said, I think we're going to know by Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday, options rollover. Wednesday, market's going to get back into the mode it's already been into. We're going to probably see a little bit of strength late in the month, probably the 30th through the 3rd of October is going to be a little fun buying, and that may be about as long as this market holds up. But I think into next week we could see a week that really where this market cracks late Tuesday or Wednesday. But we will see. I do not have any long-term positions of any kind right now and willing to wait for the market to give me a signal. I was trying for the last 2 days actually to get into IBM. Actually got into IBM today. On the 195 puts. Not bad, actually. I got into them in the low dollar, single dollar, and they continue to roll over. A couple of these stocks look like they're going to pin themselves very well. Nice move out here for White Lightning and IBM. I brought this up yesterday. I think a lot of these are getting ready to be pinned at the close. Apple looks like they're going to try to pin it at 470 exactly, and we'll see how close that comes. Let me go back here. What do we have? Get a quote here right now on Apple. Yeah, I bet they pin it right at 470. When I occasionally bring up when or what expiration's going to be by using the options. I had 465 to 470 on Apple, had 190 on IBM, and I could probably avoid it and gone a little bit farther on IPM to the close, but I went ahead and took my money already. Nice little move out here. Anyway, you can give me a call at 877-927-6648. That's 877-927-6648. I just see a lot of stocks up at high levels on light volume. We talked about Amazon and this high up here. And, a fairly decent example of some of these big cap stocks really having problem. The other thing I noticed is a little bit, what do we got going on here? Heard some clicking in my headphones. Another thing, the American rail car, saw a few of these other rail stocks that looked very interesting from the scheme that they were coming back up and filling gaps or testing lights. American Railcar Industries, ARII, is one. This thing came down on horrifically high volume on the, April the 25th with a 1.1 million shares. Coming back up the last couple of days, 300,000 shares yesterday, 200,000 shares today. And I saw a lot of other in the rail and rail. I think it was CSX. Maybe it was the other one I saw this morning that gave me pause out here. Yeah, it was CSX. This thing kind of interesting. And another one of these that is banging against these highs, but very, very light volume, and giving a confirmation on a sell signal. I wouldn't probably be shorting this ones, but they certainly are giving signals that they are at least looking tapped out. In CSX, you've got that August 2nd high with, 23 million shares, 2668. You come back into it, went through the high yesterday with 8.1 million shares. Less than 4 million shares. Question in the den is whether Baidu, B-I-D-U, is going to retest its high. I guess it's going to be a longer one out here. 154.15 is the high I bet he's talking about, which is the March 27th. I suspect if it's going to do it, it's probably going to do it in the next 2 or 3 days. But of course, you'd want to see this thing test that high on lighter volume to say that that's over. Could it get it? It's got $5. I don't think you could see much of a problem of it spiking $5 on Monday or Tuesday. But I think we've got 2 or 3 days, and these things are either going to blow through these highs, or that's going to be it. 165 high. Maybe he's talking about one that's one back here a little bit farther. So that would be $15. You got to get through with 7.5 million share on the March 27th one, which is the next hurdle out here. 3.5 million shares means that it's probably not going to make it through that 154.15 unless it gets some volume. So I'd be watching that one first out here. Probably the two that you have out here, the reason I'm saying that 154 is that there actually was a high at 156 on April 28th out here too. So I bet your actual resistance for this thing probably runs 156 to 165. When you get into that area and test that 154 high, probably going to be into 156. And if you don't get some decent volume, you've got 17 million at those 2 previous highs out here. You're going to need something. Anyway, we'll be back in a minute. Give me a call, 877-927-6648.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.6% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. And all 6 of those winning trades had been initiated no earlier than just the previous month. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began, and right now you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber, as this volatile gold market provides trading opportunities after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting TFNN.com. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Questions are the answer. You want a better life? Ask a better question. My driving force in life is, how can I become the intelligence behind financial freedom? It's why I take massive action. It's why I've invested over 10,000 hours and thousands of dollars to create the answer, the ultimate money machine. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, and on Friday, September 27th, I'll be hosting a 1-day online master trader course, The Ultimate Money Machine, where I'll teach you the exact same trading strategies that I use every day when trading the markets and advising my newsletter subscribers. Learn how to precisely identify the market's next move, when to pull the trigger by letting the market commit to you before you commit to it, and how to manage your trade to maximize your results, just as we did in the month of August, when I advised my newsletter subscribers of 11 new trades, resulting in 1 loss and a combined profit of 129%. Our next move? It's days away. The cost of this course, $595, less than $2.50 per trading session over the next year. If you're looking for the answer, it's the Ultimate Money Machine. All the details on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Is it safe? Can I put my earphones back in? Or my ears be once again brutalized by the bad music choices by our engineers in here. I feel like I'll have to go in and listen to an hour of Pink Floyd just to get my ears cleaned out now. Anyway, Avago, A-V-G-O. Of course, everybody's taking apart these phones as fast as they can get them, and with the new iPhone out, what do they find? They're going to tear through them very quickly and find out what chips are in them. In fact, the people first in line normally are there because the big street names out there push them out there. They bust the phones open and find out what's inside of them to find out which stocks to buy. Avago, one of those stocks today. Some decent volume out here. Finally, a break. Now, of course, you want some follow-through back in this. Going to be a lot of PR on Apple, probably for the next few days out here, but continue to be problematic for Apple. But what can you say? Some of the other stocks that I wanted to look at here, let me pull them back up real quick. IWB on my list. The Russell 1000 Index Fund. We've got pretty decent 3 drives to a top pattern out here, and normally I like a little bit more room in this, but I don't think we're going to get it. The IWB painting a fairly decent picture. First major high on May 22nd, 2.2 million shares. Then we come in with just under 1 million shares on August 2nd. A little bit higher, $95.32. And we get to yesterday's high, $96.97. And what do we have? 330,000 shares. This is pretty much a classic example of 3 drives to a top. If we get a close back below 95.22 or 95.32 would probably be a pretty good indication that 3 drives to a top pattern was over, and at least you're going to pull back to the first top, which is 93 and 93 from back here at this high volume high on May 22nd. But not a lot of energy coming back into these ETFs back up here in the top. IPG, another one out here. This is Interpublic Group of Companies. IPG, this is another one where I'm showing, you've got a lot of these stocks out here banging against previous highs on substantially lighter volume. The last major high on this one was 1743 on July 29th. 29 million shares. You get into it at the high today at we got 7.9 million shares yesterday, and just a little under 4 million shares today. So what can you say? Let's see if there's anything else out here that really jumps out at it. DRI, missed estimates. Take a quick look at this. I saw people talking about this morning, I think on Bloomberg. Darden Restaurants. And the question is why the restaurant business is a little weak here. And no one had any real good answers, but this thing looks like it's going to blow through and go to the high volume low out here at $44.11 from February 21st. Certainly has the volume. Anyway, we're about done today, but I don't hear any music. There we go. And we'll see you today at 4 o'clock on the Tom O'Brien Show. We'll be doing the Tech Insider Hour on that. See you then, Monday too.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil's subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.